All right, so Adobe just bought SEMrush for $1.9 billion with a B. And I'm going to walk you guys through why this is great for the SEO industry. And I mean the B2B SEO MarTech industry as a whole. Anyways, if you guys don't mind, go ahead, comment Adobe, comment SEMrush for the YouTube algo, and I'm going to eat some creatine plus report my numbers from the day before. If you guys are into that, simply skip on ahead using that YouTube progress bar. Yeah, this is pretty crazy. If there's M&A happening in the SEO software space, this means actually pretty big news for local rank. Should I start sell local rank? I don't know. If there's any buyers out there, let me know down in the comment section. Like, if you guys refer me to someone who would buy it, let me know. We'll give you a juicy referral. Here we go. All right. So yesterday we did. How much did we do? 10.15 in total revenue, down $80 from the day before. Amazon coming in at $151, Mediavine at $94, and the adult revenue source at $770. Let's get on with the episode, guys. All right. If you sign up for the first link in the YouTube description, you get sent the URL to this sheet. Today is November 19th, episode 692. Guys, we are officially, well, not officially, we're like a week to 9 days out from Black Friday. All right. I'm gonna keep hyping it up. I'm sorry, but the discounts are massive, like huge. I would say up to what are we? Up to 58% off. Up to. All right. So it's not everything's gonna be up to that much. But this is gonna be the biggest sale of the year. All right. And I'm going to obviously announce it on YouTube. I'm going to announce it on Marketing Letter, which is my newsletter. First link in the YouTube description. Please get on that list. All right. Largest sale of the year across several different products. Well, all my products. All right. So get it going. And now, let's talk about the sale. So, right off the bat, I just want to call out that SEMrush stock is up 74% today because they Adobe agreed to pay $12 a share, which is in an efficient market. This 11.78 will edge up to $12 as it goes closer to the close date, but it looks like it's going to close immediately. All right, which is insane. So if anyone was, I don't know, purchasing, like going all in on SEMrush stock yesterday, they'd be up bigly, like pretty much 100%. All right. So I do want to call out something real quick is the fact that their stock is in the gutter for the last as soon as they went public, they've pretty much been like getting nuked. And this is mostly because of the AI destroying search, and like SEMrush is like heavily search. However, if you read the press release, they talk a lot about how they're pivoting to AI and how Adobe is trying to pivot to AI. But in my opinion, I actually think this is a terrible purchase. And it kind of reminds me of a dinosaur trying to like stay relevant by purchasing a product that's also irrelevant. So they're kind of like doubly clapped. So if I was a betting man, I'd probably short Adobe. This is like a pretty crappy company. They have really terrible cancellation policies. And honestly, SEMrush is also a terrible cancellation experience company. All right. So this went pretty good in terms of like all things considered for everyone involved, because this was like this almost reads as a bailout. I think SEMrush expenses were starting to edge up. But all things considered, this is great for the SEO space. M&A is good for any MarTech industry. So for example, if I was in the process of selling local rank, this would be something that I'd be like, oh, hell yeah. You know what I mean? Because now we have some sort of benchmark. So let's take a look at SEMrush Earnings reports. We're gonna take a look at their price to earnings ratio. Earnings per share. So they're losing money. Their target is 10, pretty weak. Yeah, so I think overall their 52-day range is ranges from $6 to $18. $6 was like pretty much yesterday, and a high of $18 in the last 52 weeks. So they're pretty much clapped. This is like a massive bailout. Um, Overall, terrible purchase. TLDR is terrible purchase. Wouldn't have done it personally. Looks like a bunch of old heads trying to stay relevant. Adobe is very far behind. The only thing that's saving them is like their bundling system. So I think, yeah, would not touch Adobe with the 10-foot pole. Please do not buy the stock. However, selfishly, it's great for the SEO industry. Any M&A in an industry will trigger like additional M&A at a smaller scale. So, fingers crossed. Hopefully, we get more purchases, more exits in our space. Yeah, this will be great. Now, what is next for the industry? I'm surprised they didn't buy something like Ahrefs instead, because they're private. But then again, they probably commanded such a large premium that it wouldn't be interesting for them. And yeah, I mean, I posted this on X, and so far, I mean, it's starting to take off. 2 hours in, 2K views. That's pretty good. Made a joke about how like, because you know how Adobe charges a cancellation fee, right? If you pay like for an annual subscription. So yeah, hard to cancel, won't let you cancel. SEO lives another day. I honestly don't think so. I think the reason that SEMrush isn't getting clapped is because they didn't pivot hard enough. Like even Ahrefs, who are way faster movers and they are pivoting to AI overviews, is I believe not pivoting hard enough. All right, they need to go quicker. They need to move faster. All right, and Chris mentioned that the press release talks about Geo a lot. Let's read it together. All right, SEMrush. Let's go to their X. Here we go. What would be interesting to see is what Adobe does with the assets they purchase, like Backlinko, like Traffic Think Tank, and you'll see that in the press release or in the tweet. They said, while we have our sights set on big changes in the future, nothing changes near term. You can expect the same SEMrush experience as well as improvements as we join forces with Adobe. Hell no, man, dude, they're gonna cut the hell out of you guys. Okay, so Adobe Experience Manager. Okay, fine. Announced to have a definitive agreement under Adobe will acquire SEMrush, 1.9 billion. Nice. All cash transaction. Okay, so the biggest shareholders of SEMrush would probably be very happy with a massive liquidity event. Stock owners. Let me take a look. Okay. Okay. So a bunch of institutional owners. This is great. 47% owned by insiders. So they're pretty happy. Shares owned as of transaction date. I mean, there's like Melnikov Dmitry, this guy who freaking sold October 1st, 18 million shares. Kind of clapped, no? Well, this guy was just gifted shares, 37 million. That's insane. How much is that right now at the time of exit? 400 million. Goddamn. All right. I was unaware of your guys' This is great. This is great. This is great. Anyways, they mention a lot about AI and LLMs and Geo, investing in that. Guys, the people who deny Geo, completely in shambles. Anyways, I don't want to drone on for too long. That's it for now. Let me know what you guys think of the sale. Smart play, dumb play. Let me know down in the comment sections. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Let me actually take a quick look at questions from yesterday, and we can go from there. do. Oh, it was a banger episode yesterday. New to web design here. Let me see if there's any. If I want to rank for Plumber City, does creating a bunch of service plus cities pages, then interlinking them help boost rankings for Plumber City? It does, but it's like kind of spammy. I'd focus on a couple to start, all right? After a site is generated, what can I do to publish it? I'm used to working with WordPress, but as this code doesn't have to be pasted. I've done an episode on this. You can use Cloudflare. Cloudflare pages. Live in your thumbnail. Leave it to Jackie to manipulate the algorithm. Yes, Sirsies. When you start your agency, what were some growth hacks you used for the first couple clients? You just got to be really, really hacky, man. Like, don't call me hacky chow for nothing. No, you got to just hound people. Do things other people. Okay, like, I think the best rule of thumb is you're up against a bunch of people from, like, Asia. All right. So, like, shout out to my people from Pakistan, India, Bangladesh. You're up against these guys who will work for $100 a month, all right, per client. So what can you do while in Vancouver that they can't? Just pull up to that business. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. Gemini, thank you for that, I guess. ChatGPT seems the most mature and complete. Actually, Gemini 3, I think. I'll play around with it more. Maybe tomorrow's episode, I'll play around with anti-gravity. But that's it for now. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys on the flippity flip.